funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.
Go.
And we're live.
And we're back.
We are actually back. I'm Wes. This guy is David. Welcome to the Underdog Journey. David, how you been?
That way.
Dave,
I'm good.
I make sure to put you on the same side that we sit when we're live together.
Okay.
So that way, like,
I put you over there.
Like, just say you're over there.
Oh, he's over there. Yeah.
Okay. Exactly.
That works. Doing good over here. How about yourself over in the C bus?
Doing well. You're missing out. It's a lot of fun over here. It's Columbus, pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah. I hear you guys got a lot of exciting things going on over there. There's like
I can't think of any off the top of my head. That's how exciting it is, David.
Yes. There's just so much. It's hard to narrow it down to just one.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, David.
Oh, so Wes, let's cut straight to the chase because what people are asking for. What are you drinking over there?
People always want to know. So I actually found a stash of beers that my current wife gave me for Christmas that I haven't tried yet. So this is from Olentangy Brewing Company. Olentangy is a local brewery here in Columbus. And I'm starting with a Russian Imperial Stout called I Can't Feel My Pants.
What is the ABV on said I Can't Feel My Pants?
It's not huge. It's only 9%. I just like the name, so I had to start with it. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it is. I mean, anything that it's a Russian Imperial Stout usually comes to fight.
It's good though, man. This is a rich stout. Like this will, this is a meal in a glass.
Oh, oof. Yeah, I bet. I can just imagine. I mean, I'm not even drinking it. I know what it tastes like.
Oh yeah,
I know.
There's a lot there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like it's got some chocolate, some caramel in it. It's got that I may have been finished in a bourbon barrel burn to it.
It's exactly it. My only correction is David. This is Columbus, so we say caramel.
Oh,
we're not fancy. We're not wearing our monocles, so we can't say caramel.
Caramel. How do you say it?
Caramel. Well, caramel. I see. That's one of those words where like I don't know how to say it, so sometimes I'll probably say one versus the other. But I know in Columbus we say caramel.
Yeah, the wife, she says pop for soda.
Pop. Yeah,
and I'm the apparently we're the odd ducks in Ohio. Well, I mean I don't live in Ohio anymore. But,
most people say pop.
Yeah, most people over there still say pop. I mean, I haven't lived in Ohio since. Hey, and this is for the Department of Taxation in Ohio. I haven't lived in your state since 2021. So give up. Right. You're going to lose.
Not going to pay you.
You're going to lose. Okay. Just on the day after tax season, let's just take a moment to reflect on all the fraud that we're funding, shall we?
Do they still contact you?
Oh yeah, I got a letter in here. I got a letter yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. It's over there. I got a letter yesterday. They're like, "Oh, we want taxes for 2022." I'm like, I bought my house in July and I sold my house in Ohio in June of 21.
Right.
What makes you think? And I called him up. I was like, look here,
Right.
this is my one and only phone call to you guys. Anything past this is going to be billed. I
Yeah.
didn't live there. I bought my, and they're like, well, we need these records. I'm like, no, 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 no. You don't see how, you don't understand how that works. If I send you a bill out of nowhere and you for no reason, I don't get to then demand the state of Ohio prove that they don't owe me that money. That's not how it works. You have sent me a bill that I don't owe. I didn't live in your state.
Right.
Uh, and then you're asking me to do work. If you want me to do that, that's great. I will absolutely do that. But you're going to pay me. I'm not cheap. I value my time very highly, very, very highly. So, Ohio, suck an egg. Anyway, moving on.
Well, so
Moving on.
Ohio's not the only one, though. California actually implemented new rules this year where you have to, if you lived in California, then you move out of California for basically at any point in your
Yeah.
entire life, essentially, you need to contact the state officials. I forget what agency. You need to provide proof of residence, proof of employment, and all kinds of like personal information about where you currently live.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're going to assume you're not paying your California taxes, and they're going to
Yeah.
continue to come after you. And they're
Yeah. I
actually
think that's
already
gonna.
referring people to collection agencies.
Oh,
Like
I'm
and
sure
that,
they are, but if all it's gonna take is one person to really challenge that, because there's a lot to unpack in that one. And
yeah,
again, we're on that slip. It's really hard not to, and we tend to do a
it's tax season though.
half-ass job, half-ass job
Of
of
not
staying
getting
away from
political,
political things. But during tax season,
it's rough.
oh, yeah, California is trying to put in that law where you cannot investigate fraud or something. I
Yeah,
haven't gotten to the details of it. All I've seen is the highlights,
right.
the Instagram or Facebook meme clips of it. Just because part of me wants to believe there's no way they're that stupid.
Right. So it's a type
But
of hate speech law to where you can't investigate fraud if it involves certain demographics. Even investigating
yeah,
fraud, when it involves these certain demographics, they're counting as hate speech, and they will go after you
yeah.
with
It's
state
time
felony
it's
charges.
time to, here we got 2 options. Let's start heavily fracking along the San Andreas Fault.
Right. Just send them off into the Pacific.
Option
Just
option
leave them
number
near an
1.
island.
It's sad that I went to that for option number 1. Option number 2 is just nuke it. Um, Option number 3 is sell it to Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Yes, and you know what? If you buy California it's not worth a whole lot right now. We're gonna throw in Washington and Oregon for
Basically, that
free.
whole West Coast, right?
Just you know what? That's a big port of entry. So we're gonna take a small part of California so that we've got a port,
Right.
and you can't block us. But yeah, I think that's a deal that, if I'm the Inglorious Bastards in the middle of the woods, when you take that deal, I take that deal all day long. Yeah,
Right.
I'll take that deal.
That
I'll
was a
take that
great movie.
deal. You
I
know
gotta
what?
rewatch it.
You can have Michigan too.
Yeah, Michigan too.
Just
It's
because I'm a Buckeye fan,
there
of
you
the
go.
of the football team, not the state trying to tax me when I didn't freaking live there. So
Oh, boy. Yeah, so
that
much for
that
politics.
yeah, that thumbs up finger is for you, Ohio Department of Taxation.
Right. It's a thumb, not a different finger.
Yes.
So, David,
Yeah.
are you imbibing this
Anyway,
evening
what
or
were
are
we
you,
talking about?
hydrating?
So I've been hydrating. I haven't had anything for over a week now
Good, that's very healthy
as
of you.
far as As far as drinking, yeah, that was the thing, and we talked about it a little bit last week. I pay a lot of money to get these. I don't want to be fat anymore shots that I'm taking,
They're
and
expensive.
it just seemed counterproductive
Right.
to pay all that money for that, and then pay all that money I also pay to drink. So, but I had a
Mhm,
friend, Mike from the Goalie Dads United,
mhm.
was in the motherland, uh, for bourbon drinkers, that's Kentucky, this week, and he brought me back a bottle I've never seen before,
Okay,
I've never heard of. It's called the Bluegrass Distillers, and
okay.
I don't know that I'm gonna open it tonight, but I wanted to have it here just because he brought it back as a gift for me. And it's from Bluegrass Distillers. It's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey,
Nice.
and it is a cool little, nice little square bottle. It looks good.
Yeah,
It really
yeah.
is a good looking
It
bottle.
is a good looking bottle.
It's a 375, so it's not a big, not a
Right.
big bottle,
It's like a
but
single
it's a
serving beer.
hundred and it's 119, so it's 59.5% alcohol by volume, and it's a single barrel. So there's a lot of things in this I like without
Yeah.
ever opening. I mean, it's still got plastic on it and everything, um, and it is a cork top, but it is a a single barrel, which I am a big fan of single barrel bourbons.
Sure.
It's a higher proof, at 119, as opposed to everybody who gets taken for a ride with Angel's Envy at
Right.
90 proof.
Yep.
And you could get a lot better. Angel's Envy is a good tasting
It's
whiskey,
a great
first and
one.
foremost.
Yeah.
Okay, good tasting whiskey. Marketing, their marketing and sales team,
Right.
they need a huge high five because they have
Yeah.
their branding around that is phenomenal, which is why it's getting 60 whatever
A lot of
dollars
the
a
hype
bottle it
is
is.
marketing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's up there with Whistle Pig as far as marketing hype goes, but they did a great job, so good for them. But this is 119, so it's significantly stronger than it, and I'm gonna set it here again. I don't know that I'm gonna open it. I probably won't, but it's a really cool bottle, and if you're out in the round, then I highly recommend you grab one, drink it, and then tell me what it tastes like. Because again, it's just kind of
Yeah,
sitting
there
here
you
as a
go.
decoration.
If you do open
And of
it, let us
course,
know how it is. Sounds good.
just in case, I do have my Leffingwell, etched, Glencairn here, just in
Just in
case.
case the peer pressure gets to be too
Just
much
in
for
case.
you. Or the
Yeah,
subject
just in
is
case.
just so boring you have to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, in case but I've always got my handy dandy big ass glass of water, so
Gotta hydrate, man.
ah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Now, let me do a quick check here
Hmm?
because, no, okay, I was wanted to check and see if somebody had made a comment that we hadn't seen yet
No, John Calendar is
because
watching though, so he may have seen what you're talking
okay.
about with that bourbon. So, John,
So,
if you know
John
this distillery, let us know.
yeah, so John is like
He's a real
when
whiskey
I
connoisseur. Like he knows his stuff.
yeah, when I he's the experts that experts go to. That's John Calendar. I mean, I'm no slouch when it comes to whiskey, but compared to him, I'm just like,
Right?
what? What'd you say?
Exactly.
Bluegrass Distillers. So, John, if you've got anything you can add to the conversation about Bluegrass Distillers, little single barrel, man. I love single barrel whiskeys. I
Yeah,
really do.
we'll just be quiet now and wait for your response.
Mhm.
Because we actually do typically
All
do
right.
that. All right.
Yeah, it does happen. It does happen. But I'm looking at the time lapse between the screens because I've got the live over here next to the
Mhm.
camera, and then the Facebook, what everybody else is getting to see here. It's Facebook's pretty on it tonight.
It's much
Facebook's
better
really
tonight.
on it
Yeah,
tonight. It's good.
it's only about 10
Yeah,
seconds, I think. All right.
yeah, it's not that bad at all. Not that bad at
John
all.
says,
I mean, I'm not going to complain.
John says, found one I've never heard of.
I
He has
had
no
never heard
listeners.
of it too. So Mike, and thank him very much, Mike. Mike from Goalie Dad United, one of our brother in podcasting folks.
He's a good guy.
Um,
I like Mike.
yeah, they're both good people. Um, he was like, I went in there with two things. I wanted one that I'd never heard of before, and I wanted a higher proof. And I'm like, sold. I am
That's the one.
I am all in for that. So there that is. And again, it'll probably just stay in the bottle. I'm, you know, I don't know if they like with the what's the program for the AA Alcoholics Anonymous people, they really get the chips or whatnot. I don't know if they give I don't know if they give fat people chips like when we're trying to lose weight. I mean, we'd probably just eat them if they
It's
did
yeah,
give
it's
them a
not
chip.
chips. It's like actually shaped like a chip. They just give you
It's
like
actually shaped like a chip. His little chip, put it in a necklace, make a little necklace out of it. This is my I didn't eat crap for a week chip,
that's it. That's it.
and then I ate the chip. So, yeah, it was a flaming hot Doritos. It
Oh,
happened.
yeah, they're shaped
Not
like
flaming
Doritos.
Doritos,
That'd be
flaming
good.
hot Cheetos. Yeah.
Right.
Damn. Anyway,
I think we're just making ourselves hungry now, David. That's counterproductive.
no, I had some food
John
there or
says, "Don't
something.
be the guy who buys bourbon and doesn't drink it." David, and
I
you
didn't
used
buy
to
the bourbon. The
I'm
bourbon
not
was
being a
gifted.
I'm not being an enabler here, but you did actually tell me once that, that you buy bourbon to drink it, not to collect it. Those were your words,
Correct,
not mine.
and the cabinet that's over here that it's barely visible tonight. That red cabinet back there at one point had nearly it was 65 or 75 bottles of
Yeah,
bourbon in
you've
it.
pared down your collection a lot.
And if I were to open it today, and I don't know that there's 15 in there. Because I took a rule, just like, when when you catch yourself going crazy on something, I'm like, all right, I've got all these open bottles. I'm not buying another
Yeah,
bottle until I drink the opens. Now that didn't hold true completely because I like Blantons, and if I find it, not anymore because you can just get it anywhere. Blantons are a good Weller, things
mhm,
like that. I'd always buy, but all of the other things I was trying, like if I buy it, we're going to open it. We're going to drink it. It's not going to sit here for a year or 2 or 3, which some of them were getting up there pretty good. And bourbon can oxidize, so it does not. Once you open it,
that's true.
the clock does start ticking. So you do
Right,
need to
people
drink it
often
because
forget that.
it'll mess with the flavor on it. And
So
you
it can
know me, I don't
oxidize
like anything messing with my flavor profile.
it can oxidize also if you keep the bottle, standing. I don't have a bottle near me. If you keep the bottle standing upright after it's been open,
Cork.
that cork,
Yep.
if it's an actual cork, it can dry out. And when that
Yep.
happens, the whiskey just all the alcohol starts evaporating right out of it, and you're
Yep.
left with just terrible liquid that's remaining. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Non-alcoholic, crappy tasting water,
once you pop
oak
that
water.
cork, it's all changing. Just let you know.
Yeah, if the alcohol evaporates off and everything that's left, it literally is just oak water.
Well, yeah, probably awful tasting oak water. I can't imagine what it tastes like.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So,
don't want to I don't want to imagine what it tastes like. So, what do we got for news? Do we have
we
some
do have
news
some
tonight?
news. Let's get to it.
We
I
have
got
some
some
news.
we
We
got some
got we
stuff.
picked up some more viewers. I can't see who they are, but I'm guessing one of them's the Ohio Department of Taxation, and you can suck an egg.
They are absolutely coming for you. So, our
Oh,
first
they
piece of
absolutely
news.
are.
Jury finds Live Nation and Ticketmaster operated as monopoly and overcharged fans. In related
No.
news, the sky is
We had to have
blue.
a jury to do that? Yes, we needed a jury for that. You could have shaken the magic 8 ball. Yes. You could have shaken it 100 times, that thing's gonna come up, "Yes, yes, yes."
I know everybody here is shocked. Everybody just
Yeah,
come back to like pull yourselves together. I know you're freaking out right now.
yeah.
But
I'm clutching my pearls.
Ticketmaster and Live Nation were found to be overcharging fans. I know we can't believe it. I'm terribly
Yeah,
disappointed.
that is I love the top left-hand corner of your screen here because it says, CNN politics jury, and it goes right into that, so that's nice. That's nice.
Good times. All right, hang on. John says that's why every bourbon drinker should have an infinity bottle for the last bit of each bottle. That's true. Also, my infinity bottles, they have the rubber corks. They don't actually have corks. So that way I can leave them sitting and I don't have to worry about the corks drying out.
Yeah, oh, it's like okay, so on one of mine, I've got some kind of a plastic rubber cork on it, the one that's
Yeah.
inside, but the, standard decanter up here is just glass.
Right. Yeah, and those are pretty
It's
good. Those are actually pretty airtight. So those aren't
Yeah,
bad.
they
They're much
it
better than
seals up pretty good.
yeah. Yeah, you have some cool decanters. All right, so Ticketmaster should be ashamed of yourselves. You just shocked a nation with this horrible behavior. All right, next piece of
Yeah, I
news.
mean, who would have ever I mean, I didn't see it coming. I mean, it's I'm
Right,
just
no,
telling you,
nobody saw
man.
that
Oof.
coming. It was a
I
shock
I
to
I don't
everybody's
I don't
system.
I'm gonna need a minute. I'm gonna need a minute after this shock. I'm still processing.
All right, so David, you heard about the giant structures underneath the pyramids. Well,
I
apparently,
have.
they have discovered a second sphinx buried under the sand that
Well,
suggests
this
a
is a video of
megastructure
the guy who
below the
didn't pay a
pyramids of
trash
Giza.
bill.
What?
This is the guy of th this is the this video up here is the guy that didn't pay his trash bill, so the trash truck just dumped a bunch of trash on his yard.
Oh, that's pretty funny. No, I didn't see that. That's really funny though.
What we got here? What's
So
going on here?
second Sphinx they think is buried in Egypt, and I'll tell you why they think that, because they did
Mhm.
this scan and they found some compacted sand, which
Oh yeah,
obviously implies a
obviously.
second Sphinx.
I
I mean, look
mean,
at this. If you can't see a Sphinx here, I don't know what you're smoking.
yeah.
And
Oh
then
yeah, you're.
David, there's obviously this explains everything here. This is so have
Oh, these are geometrical shapes, folks. Wait, everybody, calm down. Did you put a warning up on the screen that you were going to be putting up geometrical shapes with circles and arrows and lines and stuff? I mean,
I
this is
I didn't.
you got to warn,
Everybody's.
man. Got to warn a
I
brother.
think
You can't. You can't.
first we
You
freak
can't
people
leave
out
us like this.
with
Ridiculous.
Ticketmaster ripping people off, and now this.
Gee,
Um,
Christmas. Yeah.
so the we have the pyramids
Good
lined out
stuff.
here. The smaller pyramid here is here in the middle, and then this circle that's far to the left. I'm sorry, far to the right, rather, is where the actual Sphinx that we know about is, and this other circle way over here next to the green triangle is obviously where the missing Sphinx is. Um,
Oh.
so I think this explains it all, David.
Uh huh. Uh
If
huh.
you
Uh
don't
huh. Uh
believe,
huh. Uh huh.
if
Uh
you
huh.
don't believe that there are mega structures built underneath the pyramids after this piece of artwork here, again, I don't know what you're smoking. This is it's a smoking gun.
Yeah. Isn't is I'm just out of curiosity. I mean, doesn't the green triangle look larger and not quite proportional to than the pink triangle?
Well, you're looking too deeply into it, David. You're not supposed to, you know.
Oh, you're not. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. This is one of those things that hey, don't think.
Perfect symmetry doesn't mean anything, David. It's not
Yes.
perfectly symmetrical, even though the placement of the pyramids does line up perfectly with the stars of our Orion's belt. Obviously, and if you don't know that,
Not when
then
you're
you're
on the other
just
side, or 5 feet the other direction, or 5 feet that direction, or too close, or too far back. I mean, but if you stand at the right spot, it it will every single day, the peak of the middle pyramid will be exactly lined up with where the sun rises and where the sun sets.
depending on where you stand. It's totally true.
That was my point.
Yeah, depending where it's kind of like a broken clock. It's right twice a day.
Yes. Point of view matters, perspective matters,
Right.
and I love it how they just like, "Nah, no, we're not gonna point out the fact that I could put off almost any 3 things, and they're gonna be in line with Orion's belt depending on where I stand." It doesn't matter even how far they are apart because you can change the angle to put them more in line and then back up and tilt yourself, and again, even if they're not spaced the same exact amount that the alien made pyramids are, they're still you can still stand somewhere where they're going to line up.
David, first of
There's still
all,
a perspective.
David, first
I
of
know
all,
I thought about it too much.
I don't appreciate this the cynicism here. I don't appreciate it because
Not at all.
as everyone knows, if there's one thing that humans cannot do is stack one rock on top of another. We're
On top
we're
of it.
incapable of such a thing, David.
It can't be done. It can't
Can't be done.
only the latest. What is it? Only the newest technology that was unavailable to the technology at the time. We've only just discovered the technology to stack rocks in a pyramid shape, one on top of another.
You honestly think that ancient Egyptians who before modern technology, before reality TV shows, before social media was distracting us all, and they had nothing else to do all day for their entire lives, you think they would actually be able to put one rock on top of another? I think not, David. You're being silly.
Oh, absolutely. It's absolutely insane. It's unprofessional of me, really. It really is.
It is.
Did you see the Facebook post? I believe I tagged you on it today. So let me go
Yeah,
here. I don't know.
I don't get on
I know
Facebook
you
for personal
don't.
reasons. I should, but I don't.
There we go. I clicked that button. I see it today. There it is. Okay, so I did. It was 3 hours ago. It's
Okay.
very important that you go see it.
Should I pull it up right now
Um,
while we're live?
it's highly pertinent to our conversation at the very moment. Yes.
All right. So
Yeah, it's
you
what
tagged me.
is hidden under the pyramids.
It's
So it's literally what is hidden under the pyramids. So
hang on. All right, hang on.
So I don't know how to search things. I'm on
So
the on the
so
on
you
the
tagged
on the
me in it, so it should be
computers.
on my
Yeah, it
my
should be
computer.
on your whatever. Yeah, it should be on your little bell thing
All right,
that
let's see what we got.
I tagged you.
I'm not on here. Oh, is this it? Nope, cornhole player. Let's see.
That's
I'm
oh,
not seeing it. Did you send it to me in Messenger?
I can send it to you in Messenger. Will that help?
Sure, why not?
This has got to be.
You can
This
tell
is
I spend a
riveting
lot of
entertainment.
time. Yeah, this is
This is
good.
this is riveting entertainment for you guys out there. Money right here. This is how we get those checks from Facebook,
This
which
is
we
it. This is
don't
it.
get. So
Zark
it probably
Muckerberg
explains a
is
lot.
all over. Is Is this it? Here we go.
Oh yeah, this is it right here. This is it right here. There we go. There it is. What's really underneath
What's hidden under the
the
pyramids?
pyramids, right?
Oh, there. That's it. That's totally it. That's science, is what that is. This proves it.
Yes, they have discovered. They have fully and utterly discovered. And I'm sorry, I seen that thing come across there. I'm like, I've got to tag Weston on this thing.
That's pretty funny.
This is just too spot on.
That's it.
The number of times we make fun of the ancient alien theorists.
I'm not saying it's aliens, David, but it's aliens.
I'm not saying it's. I'm not. I'm just saying that if you're going to stack a bunch of rocks up, you're going to stack them in a pyramid so they don't fall on you.
So it is actually scientifically proven now. There's a second Sphinx out there somewhere. Italian researcher claims. Yeah. Okay. So the radar engineer Filippo Biondi dropped his alleged historical bombshell during a recent episode of the Matt Beal Limitless podcast. So this groundbreaking information was broken on a podcast. So
I mean, we put
so take
groundbreaking
that,
stuff out every week
mainstream
on a
media.
podcast.
So take that, mainstream media. Stick that in your pipe and
Yeah,
smoke it. All right.
yeah.
More news. We got more news.
So
We have some
that's
important news here.
good stuff. It's good stuff. That's good stuff. There's important stuff. More important than a second Sphinx.
Well, speaking of alien news, have you heard about these missing scientists, missing and dead scientists? So apparently the White House is now looking into it. I'm sure they're going to come right out and tell us everything they find. The White House is looking into the growing list of missing scientists. Theories have circulated online about 10 scientists disappeared or have died since 2024. So this is actually a real thing. So real scientists and people that are supposedly high up in the like high-end aerospace and supposedly the UFO community are going missing and dying mysteriously. This is a real thing that's happening.
Okay.
And
okay.
there have been 10 so far since 2024. And apparently the White House
was going to release the alien stuff, and they shot him. So I mean, what
it
happens.
is weird when like generals can go missing and nobody knows where they are. I'm just saying, it's a thing. It's happening.
Oh, it's yep. You can't do. I mean, what happens if they prove that we can't stack rocks on top of each other?
Only aliens can do that.
We can't have that. Only aliens can do that.
You need like levitation technology to put one rock on top of another. No human being's ever been able to do that before.
Yeah. There's no such thing as a lever and a pulley or massive amounts of manpower that you don't have a project manager going check mark on a Gantt chart saying you got to get this done. I'm just spitballing here.
It's basically witchcraft is what you're talking about, David. Come on.
It's witchcraft. Yeah, it's witchcraft.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Here's one you might like. Cancel the silly ads here. Physicists discover strange new kind of one-dimensional particle. So, they've actually proven that they have found a physical particle. Now, get your mind around this. A physical particle that doesn't have width or depth. That's amazing to me. Like that should be mind-blowing to all of us just hearing those words.
What do you mean?
All right, here we go.
Are they theorizing that's out there?
So let's see. It goes on. Okay, I'm gonna read the first couple paragraphs here. I'll make it I'll bring it home a little bit. All right. Let's see. Up here under the picture, it says new research suggests that in reduced dimensions, particles can defy the usual boson-fermion divide by exhibiting tunable intermediate quantum properties. Yeah, whatever that means. These findings hint at previously unexplored forms of matter and set the stage for experiments probing deeper, yada, yada, yada. Researchers, for the first time, described the properties of one-dimensional anyons and outlined how these particles can be observed using existing experimental systems. Physicists have traditionally classified all elementary particles in our three-dimensional universe in two groups: bosons and fermions. Bosons typically include force-carrying particles such as photons. They don't carry necessarily mass; they carry force. While fermions make up matter, including electrons, protons, and neutrons. In lower dimensional systems, however, this clear distinction begins to break down. Since the 1970s, scientists have predicted the existence of a third category of particles that fall between bosons and fermions, known as anyons. These particles were first observed experimentally in 2020 in ultra-thin, strongly magnetized semiconductor systems. So they've been theorized since the 1970s, but they actually discovered them in the 1920s, or the 1920s, in 2020.
So it says they were observed, but so that's what it says down here, and it's talking about them theorizing how they would be detected and how they would be observed. But then later it says, hey, they were observed in 2020. Oklahoma Institute identified one-dimensional system where anyons can exist and be analyzed their theoretical properties. So yeah, I think there's a little more work to be done on this. Just
You're trying to say they haven't actually
throwing it there.
discovered one-dimensional
I
particles?
just, yes, yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's they have not observed, they have not witnessed, they have not discovered. They are thinking that they could exist, and this is how we could detect them if we were looking for them at the right time, the right place, and the right bat channel, of course. Uh, but
Do you
yeah,
think
no,
you
they
think they got
haven't
a
done.
you think this article got a little bit
It's a
ahead of
good thought
themselves?
experience. I think the article is a little ahead of itself. Um, uh, a one-dimensional structure is something that even us thinking about it, we go, "Oh, it's like a piece of paper." Well, a piece of paper is 3 dimensions. Um, so it's really hard to conceptualize a couple things here.
But
We're
even a
gonna
sheet of
go with
paper is
the
two-dimensional.
one
It has
dimension.
width and it has height. It has height and width, but no depth.
It's three-dimensional.
Ooh.
It's
No, no. So
three-dimensional.
so I'm thinking
While
of
its
two-dimensional.
depth while its depth
I'm
is
just saying
narrow,
I'm
it's
saying a
still
sheet of
there.
paper. The way people think of two dimensions is two-dimensional because that's height and width, no depth. Now we know a sheet of paper actually does have depth. I'm just trying to simplify
Yes.
it. So even
Is
a sheet of paper is still that's not necessarily a good analogy because a one-dimensional particle
yeah,
has no width, no depth, and no height. However, they're saying that it still has mass. How can you have mass with no depth, width,
yeah,
or height? That's an anion. That's what they're trying to prove. That's what they say
yeah,
they
yeah,
observed in 2020. But you're saying you don't
yeah.
think they did.
I don't think they just yeah, I think the headline is a good headline. Good job.
It is.
Good job for the headline writer. It got us talking about this, which is probably well, this is sad. This is very sad. This is probably the most traction that this article's ever gonna get. Talking about it on our podcast is probably the highlight for this article. And to
So
be fair,
yeah.
it probably is the highlight of several of the articles we've brought up. Like we've had the most people have seen it because of us, which is not bragging.
I think we provide most of the traffic to some of this weird ass stuff. But
Yes,
again, not to brag. Here we go. This is a good one,
yes.
David.
If it exists, there's porn of it. Remember?
You're saying there's one-dimensional particle porn somewhere.
Oh, absolutely. That's the
I
rule.
think that's worth a Google
What's it
search.
called? Rule 37 or something like that. Rule 42 or something.
I think that's worth the
Yeah.
Google search, but not on a work computer. All right. So McDonald's to launch new menu items, surprising collaboration. So I don't know if you've heard about this, David. McDonald's is collaborating with Red
Yeah.
Bull, so now you get your Red Bull on with your other heart attack food from McDonald's. This is great.
So boost your wicked high sodium intake and then pound a Red Bull.
Right. Actually, it does sound pretty good. It's
Yeah.
called the Red Bull Dragonberry Energizer. And so I don't know if you remember, this actually article mentioned a few years ago, Panera had an
Yes,
energy drink called Charged Lemonade, and literally
we just okay.
several people actually died.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now I have to Google that.
Yeah,
I
that's
have to
that
Google that.
that actually happened. Starbucks, Dutch Brothers, and Sonic. The supercharged energy drink is expected to roll out in August. And look, I'll give it a try. I have to imagine just the food you're seeing right here from McDonald's. Once upon a time would
No,
have cost you
I'm
about
good.
$10. Now this meal right here is going to cost you at least $25.
30.
20 yeah, 25 $30.
Yeah.
Um
So, that lemonade had up to 390 milligrams of caffeine.
yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah.
literally someone
Whew.
died. So I mean,
Yeah.
if the caffeine in this Red Bull drink from McDonald's doesn't kill you, then the heart attack that comes up shortly after probably will.
Yeah. It's terrible food. I hate that I love any port in a storm, as they say. You gotta get somewhere, slap on the feed bag. Are you with me? Oh, we're all kinds of froze up over here, bud. All kinds of froze up. I'm gonna refresh over here. So we must have angered the alien overlords.
Yeah, Zark Muckerberg is not happy with us. Big McDonald's
Okay,
froze our stream.
there we go. I raised my hand there. Like even my stream to Ecamm
Yeah, and it's funny because
is
the stream started out real strong. Like we had almost no delay. It was awesome.
yeah. All right, we might be back. I think we're back.
Yeah, we're back. We're back
I think
on.
we're back. I think
So
we're
I'm closing
back.
out some
Okay.
of these windows just in case there's all these crazy ads slowing things down. And that's my guess. Is
Yeah.
you can't go to any news website without just ads constantly on
Oh,
every
yeah.
part of the screen.
It's crazy.
It's getting so bad you
Yeah.
can't even you usually have like a tiny sliver where you can even see the words of the thing you're supposed to be reading.
Yeah.
The ads are getting way out of control.
Okay.
Like,
All right. It seems like everything's synced back up now. We're good. Hey,
yeah,
we're
no, we're
back.
definitely back. No, we've been back. They've heard all that we've been talking about. All right, so we got a little bit more news.
The alien overlords.
So, but I'm with you, David. I actually feel guilty that I like McDonald's because they've
The
they
human
find human DNA in the burger meat at
I knew
McDonald's,
you were gonna go there.
and
I
that's a
think it's
real
been
thing.
4 weeks in a row we've brought that up now.
That's not a conspiracy theory,
Well,
David. That's a real thing.
I'm well aware. I read the articles.
By the way,
I
we are
read
still
it.
getting some crazy lag going on here. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
Um,
there's some jumping on the Ecamm side.
yeah, weird.
It's not your thing, it's the Ecamm. It's the
Yeah,
Ecamm side. So,
I don't know what to tell you.
some days
We're
you
gonna
win, some days you get jumpy and laggy.
we're gonna keep moving forward and see what happens. All right, a little bit more news, and we'll knock off the nonsense for the most part.
Oh, you completely froze up again. And we're back to waiting for a thing here. Nope. I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you. Okay, I don't know if we're just frozen here or what's up, but I see that going now. I can see you moving, but I've got no audio at all. Can you hear me? Okay, so they should be able to hear me. Excellent. This is great. So I'm flying deaf, which to be fair is my normal state where I can't hear and know what's going on. But I do see what's up on the screen right now, and that's the U.S. takes steps closer to popular vote. Puke. This is a
Can,
terrible idea. We need to back away from it right away.
can you hear me now?
For a Yeah, there you go. What happened there?
I don't know. Everything was fine. Everybody could hear me. I
Oh,
don't know. I was still seeing transcribed what I was saying, so I think people could hear me.
okay.
But no. So this
All right.
article is interesting. This is as close as we're going to
I
edge
was
to
just
politics.
Yeah, I was just making comments about it. We need to walk back from this as quickly as possible. Um, as quickly as possible. There's a
Well,
reason
this
that
is
we're set up the way we are,
yeah.
and there's a reason for that. And we need to understand that if you have a bicycle and let's say you're in a group of 10 and you bought your bicycle, but if 60 if six of those people say it belongs to somebody else, then it then belongs to somebody else. Uh, we need to leave it exactly the way that it is. It doesn't need to be fixed. It's not broken.
So this is only
And
Virginia, but I'm going to explain quickly
I
what this means to everybody watching and listening because they don't know this. They probably haven't read this article. So essentially, what just passed in Virginia, and this actually passed in Virginia. This is in Virginia law right now. Um, in presidential elections, moving forward, Virginia voters, their votes won't matter at all in the presidential elections because all of the presidential. So when a president's elected, the people vote, and then each state has their electors that go to the electoral
electoral college.
college.
Yeah.
Right. So all of the electoral college votes for Virginia will now be given to whoever wins the popular vote. So even if not a single person ever votes in Virginia again, all of those, it won't matter because all of those electoral college votes will go to the winner of the national popular vote. Now, here's the problem, Virginia. I know Virginia leans very politically one way versus the other, but guess what? The winds of change happen. And eventually, this will bite you in the ass. This is a terrible idea. This might be one of the worst
Yeah.
ideas in the
It
history
is the
of
dumbest
laws
thing.
ever.
Yeah. Yeah. It is absolutely it is absolutely stupid. There's a reason it's set up the way that it is. And I'm not sure that that it will be taken. I'm pretty sure that action will take this term, I guess is a way to say it, term to move federal votes under federal control, under federal law.
And
And to
as
be
it should
fair,
be.
that's how it should be.
For federal elections, there need to be different rules. I
Yeah,
totally
it
agree.
needs to be if it's a federal election, it needs to be a federal it needs to be a federal election. It should not be managed by the states.
But as it stands right
Um,
now, this
period.
is technically perfectly legal. I've seen a lot of people online say, "Oh, the Supreme Court would never let this stand." Supreme Court has no say here. Each state can
Well, it could
control
be
the way it
challenged.
votes.
Yeah, it could be
It
challenged. It
can.
would take a long
Well,
time for it to get there.
you can challenge anything, but
Yeah.
they're not gonna overturn this. They can't. They have
Well,
no leg to stand on.
honestly, I think the Supreme Court, I mean, a better use of the Supreme Court's time would be to stop McDonald's from having a Red Bull drink out there with a freaking Big Mac, or what's that new sandwich that their CEO just refuses to
Oh,
eat?
the big
The
arch.
Big Arch. How'd you like that? I pivoted away from politics as fast as possible.
Well, I think a better use of
Um,
the Supreme Court's time isn't necessarily about stopping McDonald's from having Red Bull. It should be about stopping McDonald's from having human DNA in its burgers.
you know
It's
what? Maybe we
Soylent
should
Green.
address that first. Yeah, maybe we should invest in yeah, maybe we should retask them and reprioritize their cases.
But man, I still love their cheeseburgers. I know it's. I
Oh,
know
it's
it's at
so
least.
good.
I know it's at least 20% human, but man, it's so good.
Uh, it's the odd way that it's written is 20% of human DNA. So it doesn't mean that it's 20% human. It just means there's some DNA that is common with humans in there. So anyway, moving on. What else we got? And please take us away from politics.
All right, this is
Because
a good
it's
one.
literally the day after taxes, and it's so easy to fire people who are actually have to pay taxes up today. Because yeah,
David, you're gonna like this one.
I
You're gonna like this
honestly
one.
I would drive to Boston right now and throw shit in the harbor over there.
No,
But I don't know what would we
100%.
throw. It wouldn't be tea. What
And
would
that
we
was over
throw
a
in there?
3
What would we
cent.
throw
That
in
was
there
only
today?
over a 3 cent stamp tax.
Yeah.
So, David, I know you are a big fan of catcalling ladies, as you do. I'm joking, by the way. But virtual
Yeah.
reality could help men understand the impacts of catcalling. Men who are embodying female avatars via virtual reality felt anger and disgust when catcalled themselves, which could change the behavior of some perpetrators. So apparently, men who have a tendency to catcall ladies went into this virtual reality program and they were catcalled themselves within the VR and they didn't like it. They felt disgusted. So they're no longer going to do that anymore. So this is going to be really good for society moving forward.
So I'm curious. I honestly don't believe they got men who were actually going to catcall women to go do this test. They got people that just, oh my God, that's so wrong. And then they got catcalled and they're like, oh, that's so bad. Nobody should. And then they wrote this article.
But by the way, this guy
So
in this
yeah,
photo.
I don't believe this is a true. Where's your control group?
By the way, the guy in this photo is wearing a turtleneck that's tucked into his pants with that mustache. 100% this guy
Yeah.
needs his hard drive checked out because I would not want this guy
Yeah.
anywhere near
There's
VR.
Yeah, there's organized entertainment on that guy's and look at his shoes. Gee, many Christmas. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
there's organized entertainment on that guy's hard drive.
in a completely unrelated article on the same website, electronic tongue could let you taste cake in virtual reality. So now you can taste things in virtual reality. Completely unrelated to the previous article.
That's not going to change the price of OnlyFans at all.
So gross.
Hey, if you serve up an easy joke, I'm going to take it. That is the rules. That absolutely is the rules.
Oh man.
But like just cake, or can you? I mean, imagine. Okay, now getting away from the OnlyFans side of it, imagine what a restaurant could do with its menu, its online menu,
Oh, you can
if
taste
they
the
could
food before you get there.
transmit the taste of the food. Like, oh, you get to sample, you get to build your sample meal, and then
Right?
it gives you a 10-second preview of your appetizer, your salad, your main, your dessert, your nut, your cheese and your nuts, right? Because that's how, I mean,
I don't
everybody
want
eats
to taste
those
anybody's
courses.
nuts.
What I probably on this show probably
Online.
could have skipped the nut. Yeah, online probably could have skipped that. It's from soup to nuts is the
Okay.
saying. It's the first course of the meal to the last course of
Well,
the meal.
sure.
But
Sometimes you need a little
yeah,
salty aftertaste.
upon review and how men we mature to the age of 15 and then we stop on purpose.
Nikki
On
Leffingwell says,
purpose.
"I think I want a divorce."
What is the so whenever we actually do joke about this quite a bit, a lot more than is probably healthy if we were around some psychiatrists, but I usually respond to her with, don't threaten me with a good time. But no, it's the soup to nuts thing. It's one of those times when I didn't really mean to make it sound that way, but it's the beer at the place again with the foam and this stuff. Anyway,
There you go.
where you could go through your meal.
Sure.
Back to what I was saying.
You're right. You
Go
can
through your
taste
meal.
the meal before you buy it. I get it.
I
It's
mean,
interesting.
that's a subscription service that you could that could make money. I mean, so if this thing is real, I'd say this is more important. What was the other goofy thing on here? Oh, VR catcalling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
VR
right.
catcalling.
Yeah, the VR catcalling is not stopping anybody who is catcalling. Nobody's going to stop. They're going to be like, that guy over there's checked out my rump. Yeah. That's what they're going to do. But this, on the other hand, this right here does have a marketable place.
Yeah.
There's a lot more to it, but it can absolutely be misused.
100. Like you said, OnlyFans has a whole
Yeah,
new market now.
offering
Mm.
only whole new subscription style.
Oof.
Okay.
Ugh.
To be fair,
Nikki, you're not wrong.
she's right. She's right.
She's 100%
She's
right.
right. Yeah, 100% right. I'll sign the papers. Just send them down here.
There you go. And I shouldn't
Those
show
are the
my
show notes.
inbox there. There we go. Nobody was
Those are
supposed
the
to see
show
that.
notes.
All right, now we're back. I was closing out some of those
Yeah.
windows just in case that's what was causing the lag.
Yeah. Compose. Anything? Is there anything important in there? Nope. Oh, okay.
Not that you know of. All
I
right.
was looking. I was looking to see if there's anything cool.
I never get anything cool. I never get anything cool.
Oh, there we go. All right. So
All
you got
right,
a
David.
topic tonight.
We do have
You
a
had a
topic.
topic tonight, and you sent it over to me. And this is a continuation kind of what we were talking about. A couple people, especially from last 3 weeks, I think we were talking about, maybe four, gee, even Christmas, about these online tools, and really they're just sales things where they're trying to sell you
Right, these online
their
sort of
way
online
of doing.
business advice gurus who are sort of give
Yeah,
you these like 30-second like pitches about how to like make a sales pitch and be a top
yeah,
salesman, and half the guys look like they're on cocaine and
yeah,
OnlyFans, and
yeah, yeah.
it's
There were
90% of it is the worst advice you'll ever hear in business or
Yeah,
sales.
there was 45% cocaine addicts, 45% OnlyFans folk, and then about 10% of them actually had a couple of good points, and they were able to make logical, uh, heads or tails out of stuff. And those are the people I didn't think were selling as many things. Turns out the people who are trying to sell you stuff are the ones that are the worst. And that spurred a book that I'm in. The
You should
full
write that book.
outline is
I'm not
done.
joking, David. You should write that book.
Oh, it's already it's in process. It's on this literally the computer we're on right now. It's on here. Um, the It's about cold calling, and because we started talking, there was somebody on there about the top 10 ways to cold call, blah 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 blah, or something along those lines. And I've got the book. It's already started, and I've got probably 2.5 chapters of material already in it. I've got enough material to make it about 115 to 150 pages.
Mhm.
Um, I don't have all the material. I have the stuff to build off of to make the rest of the material, but I probably got 30 to 40 pages of material
Wow.
already. But in order to write a 150-page book, you got to write 500 pages.
Right, at
And
least.
then you've got to bring it in, so at least 500 pages to get 150 pages out of it.
Right.
But the title of the book is The Top 5 Ways to Eat Dog Shit. That is
That's
the
a
name
great
of the
title.
book.
That's a great title.
The title of the book will be on the shelves. I will make sure it is somewhere. If I've got to carry it into Barnes and Noble myself and put it on the shelf, I'm going to take a picture of it in Barnes and Noble, the top 5 ways to eat dog shit. And it is going to be a absolute scathing indictment on these cold calling bull crap. I'm going to give away a little bit of it right now because I went through and I found the top 5, odd number to come up with, huh? Top 5 ways to eat dog shit. And I found the top 5 people that sell cold calling, and I'm breaking each one of them down to show you
Ooh.
how their businesses
Yeah.
aren't built off of, guess what? Cold calling. They're doing the things that they're telling you are not important, that they're
Mhm.
trying to focus on this one thing. Plus, it's also going to go into some of the things we're going to talk about tonight, because I actually did read the agenda. Uh,
Hey.
some of the things we're going to talk about tonight, but it is outdated, outmoded,
Right.
and even when it could have been indated, it still didn't work well. Even at its height of use and height of popularity, there were still better things to do.
There have
And
always been better
so
things to
look
do.
for it. Yes, look for it coming. I'm going to say soon. It's something I'm going to. This project is going to be done within the next.
Yeah.
I want to say 2 months. I want to say 2 months, but I'm going to give myself to the end of summer that the writing and my internal editing will be done, and then it will be sent out to a couple of people to do like a beta edit, and then it'll actually go to an editor. So by the end of this year, at absolute, that book will be out, and you'll be able to read the top 5 ways to eat dog shit.
I would actually buy that book. That sounds like a really good book. You've had a lot of ideas.
You
Some of them I'm still on the fence about, but this is one that I would actually buy this book.
Yeah, this one's gonna be good, and I'm gonna have the teaser out of the next book, which I've been working on, and that one I've got to find a way to get it under control because I that otherwise it's going to be a less of a business books are not large books. Okay, they're
No, they're
not
typically,
manuscripts.
it's funny
Yeah,
that it
they're
takes longer to read
150.
the 4-hour work week than it does to do the work it says to do. And
Yeah,
you could be the
yes.
next 4-hour work week, David. How to eat dog shit.
Yeah, the top 5 ways to eat dog shit. But then it's gonna be the next one is the efficiency book, and I've gotta find a way to get that one under control because I deal with it every
Right.
single day.
And here's the problem,
Um,
David. With your
it
in
just
your
keeps
industry, with your
growing.
company, you need to be really careful with the efficiency book because you deal with a lot of guys who are very like into the idea of efficiency, not
Oh, yeah,
effectiveness.
absolutely.
And you got to make
Yeah,
sure, like, not you
absolutely.
don't want to dig your own grave.
Oh, no, I'm absolutely happy to
Not
call them
until you make the
idiots.
FU
No
money, then
problem at
you
all.
can like just come out and say
No,
it.
no, I would be unemployed for about 35 seconds. The moment there are certain people that find out that I'm open, they're gonna be on the phone with me. So, b I'm not worried about the money
Flashpoint
part of
Safety Systems will hire you up in a minute, and
it.
then you can rant
Uh,
about those guys.
yeah, Flashpoint Safety Systems for anybody who hasn't, watched lately, is your company, and, you know, you would think that Wes should have more turtlenecks. I mean, to be honest,
I
that's
should start doing the Steve Jobs thing. I'm gonna start wearing turtlenecks
yeah, and
and
then you
mom
tuck them
jeans.
into your pants.
I'm gonna tuck them into my mom jeans and my white New Balance. That's gonna be awesome.
Yes, there you go. You're gonna be awesome out there.
I
So,
will.
yeah, Wes out there, do we have your website pulled up so the folks at home can see it with, Flashpoint Safety Systems?
Let me pull that up real
I
quickly.
I'm gonna take 100% of my credit on this because, I happen to be sitting in the general vicinity when you and your business partner came up with this idea and was like, "Hey, I know of a part."
You were
So,
highly instrumental in the
yeah,
creation of our company.
yeah, yeah.
So
I was
Flashpoint,
within 6 feet when you guys were talking about it, and I'm
you were
like,
there.
Actually, I sell a part for you on that."
You do,
So there it
yeah.
is.
So Flashpoint Safety Systems. So we are about a week away from going into full production. Just making a couple minor changes to some internal components, and we're about a week away from placing our first order for full production, and we'll be off to the races. I have a couple pretty high level meetings coming up with some big companies and potentially very big clients, and this is going to be game changing as far as safety in the lithium ion battery world. This is going to make a
It's awesome.
big difference in the residential setting,
Yeah,
and a
the
couple other
consumer the
areas.
consumer level. The consumer market is woefully underserved in this, and nobody has
Woefully
had a real
underserved.
answer
There's
to it.
no excuse for it.
Yeah, and there's been no answer to it. There have been a couple people who have tried. Unfortunately for them, they didn't reach out to me and say, "Hey, how can I make this better?" And I take a 30-second glance at their designs and go, "Do this," like I did for you guys. I was like, "Do this," and you guys listened, and you're gonna be good. You'll be
We
good
actually
with
paid
it.
attention.
It's
It's gonna be cool. We're pretty excited. So keep an eye
I
out.
can't wait. I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna buy one. There's absolutely no doubt about it. I'm buying one.
Well, I think if
You are
anybody
not
gets a
sending me
free
one
one,
because that's
we
not
can
how
comp
business
you
works.
a free one, David.
No. No, 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 that's not how business works. We've talked about that on this very show many times about that. Like, oh, you don't go to your friends and ask for a discount. Like when we get a chance, and sadly we weren't able to, just because of my travel and what I've got to do last night or the week leading up to now, and then tomorrow, we were supposed to go to. We were going to be in Wheeling, West Virginia, which
At the
we are going to
Vagabond
reschedule.
Kitchen.
We're going to get down to
Yeah,
the Vagabond Kitchen, and we're going to do that. And when we're there, guess what we're going to do? We're going to pay our bill, because you don't go to your friends' businesses looking for
that's it.
discounts. You don't go to your friends' businesses looking for money off. You go and you support your friends, and that's just
Right.
how it functions. So if you're around people that and you're trying to start a business, and they're like, "Oh, I can get
And all
this
your
for free,
friends
and
want
that for free,
freebies.
that's
Yeah.
free." Yeah, that's not how business works. That's how businesses go bankrupt, but that's not how
Hmm.
businesses run. So,
That's it.
now there are certain times to give away free things. Absolutely, I do it
Yeah,
quite a bit,
there
but
are.
I always look at the return on that investment too.
Right. So Flashpoint, we're actually going to do some freebies. We are planning on doing some giveaways when we launch. Actually, have the product in hand, but we're actually doing a pilot partner program
Nice.
where there's a couple local school districts that we're going to put our devices in their students' laptop charging cabinets, because right now these student laptops, they have liquids spilled on them all the time. These kids are throwing these laptops around. They're dropped on the floor. They're stepped on. They are mashed. These laptops are about, one drop away, each one of them, from going into thermal runaway, because these batteries are under so much physical abuse. So we're going to put our devices in their laptop charging cabinets, which right now are completely unprotected. Or unmonitored at least. We're also going to give away some devices to some firehouses in New York City, New Jersey, and here in Central Ohio, because they actually have a lot of power tools that they charge in their firehouses. And what's the first thing they always say with power tools? Don't charge them unintended. But what's the first thing everybody
Yep.
does? They plug them in and they walk away for months at a time.
Yep.
Everybody does it. There was actually a firehouse in New Jersey that had a fire in their firehouse because some power tools went into thermal runaway that were being charged unattended. So we're actually going to have our devices in these firehouses, and it's going to
That's
serve
pretty
us in multiple different ways. But we're also going to be helping the community in those ways as well.
Yeah, protect those that are protecting everyone else. Yeah.
That's it. So David, have you ever seen the movie Boiler Room? Boiler Room. It's sort of the spiritual
Maybe.
prequel to
Huh.
Wolf of Wall Street. So it's about salespeople. It's about guys who are
No.
making these big high ticket sales, and in one of the scenes, Giovanni Ribisi receives a cold call for like a newspaper, and this is sort of the cold call. This is part of the cold call Bible, where everybody who's like really into cold calling, because people who are in that world are really into that world, they refer back to this scene as like essentially Jesus speaking. So we're going to play this little quick clip from this movie, and then we're going to dive into the topic of why cold calling needs to die forever and never come back.
It's got Vin Diesel in it. Ben
Vin
Affleck.
You know it's good if it has Vin Diesel. He's a great actor. Old Vin. So here
Ron
we go.
Rifkin. Even Christmas.
I don't know who that is.
Decent sized names in here.
You might
He's
like
old. He's older chap.
You might like the movie. All right. Here's the clip.
I mean, if it glorifies cold calling, probably not.
Hello?
Hi, Mr. Davis.
This call?
Well,
You know, I get a call from you guys every Saturday, and it's always the same half-assed attempt. If you guys want to close me, you should sell me.
alright.
All right, start again.
Okay. Hi. This is Ron from the Daily News. How you doing this morning?
Shitty, what do you want?
It's not what I want, sir. It's what you want.
Ron, now we're talking. All right, what are you selling me?
I'm offering you a subscription to the Daily News at a substantially reduced price. We're trying to reach out to people that have never had home delivery before.
Right, so basically you're saying that everybody else who already has a subscription is getting fucked on this one?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, well, I can handle that. So tell me, why should I buy your paper? I mean, I mean, why shouldn't I get the Times or the Voice, you know?
Well, the Village Voice is free, sir. So if you want it, you should certainly pick it up. But the Daily News offers you something no other paper can. A real taste of New York. We have the best features, more photographs than any other daily in New York, and we have the most reliable delivery in the city. Now, what do you think?
You know what I think, Ron? I think that was a sales call. Good job, buddy.
So that's one of the clips that these people who are really into sales calls, they always refer back to this as like part of their sales bible, and something they really want to look back on and learn from. David, what do you think? Does this sort of convince you that there's a place for cold calling?
Absolutely not. What's sad is I have done this exact same thing that this guy did, eating his cereal here,
You've
and
talked to salespeople and given
oh
them
yeah,
advice.
and help critique their stuff. I did spend a small amount of my time, and you're gonna hate me forever for this. For about 6 months when I was still in high school, as I worked at a telemarketing company, and
David,
I was
come on, man.
and I didn't we didn't sell anything. We collected donations. So we didn't give you anything except maybe a sticker in a mail. But I was really, really good at it. Shockingly, even to me at the time, not now. I mean, I know how freaking awesome I am now, but back then, man, no, it was good. And I've had people who called me after that, uh, many years later, and in my current kind of world that I'm in, and I've kind of helped them a little bit, but never on just a cold call. It was always something that I'd signed up for. Oh, hey, I want to get this free knife at whatever at this place that's demoing. If you sign up for this, you get the free paring knife. I don't know, whatever.
Mhm.
And somebody's called me from those types of scenarios. Not a somebody calls me on a cold call. You either you better be okay with A, you're not selling me anything. B, you've tanked whatever it is that you are trying to peddle me. I'm never going to touch it again in my life. Even if I use it every day, I'm going to find a replacement.
Oh yeah.
And C, you better be very comfortable with really bad language because I'm going to push your limits.
Oh man. So
Absolutely push your limits. Do not cold call me.
I would love some stats, and we'll never see these stats because they'd have to be collected by actual, cold call salespeople. But I would love to see actual stats on how many people receive cold calls and then actively avoid that company moving forward at all
Yeah.
costs. If a
Yeah.
salesperson just bugs me, if I don't like their tactic, I will avoid that company forever.
Yeah.
They're dead to me.
Yep. Yeah. And it's so easy to do that. And we talk about and how do I say this? I've reminded when I've had customers I've talked to or been out and they said, "Oh, so and so did such a great job." I'm like, "Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you write an email or call me and leave a voicemail? I won't answer my phone on purpose. Um, Call me and leave that, or just send me an email saying
Mhm.
that, because how fast someone will absolutely trash a negative experience
Yeah.
is exponentially faster and greater than someone who has a wonderful experience.
Right.
They're gonna just be like, "Oh, that was a great experience," and they're gonna be very nice to that one person, but it really doesn't get to go up very often. So I really try to get the people so that my teams out there can, bask in the glory of their own supremacy and awesomeness.
So we actually do have some stats on cold calling and the glorious success that is this this burgeoning industry that a lot of people are trying to get into to make it big.
Burgeoning,
Burgeoning.
this
It's burgeoning.
brand
It's a thing.
new, never seen of cold calling. Okay, all right. Well, what kind of stats are they going to shock me? Are they going to be like cold calling has a 99% success rate?
Well, yeah, the conversion rates are just incredible. I think for anybody who really wants to hit it big in the sales world, definitely take up cold calling. So research consistently shows that about 1 to 2% of cold calls result in meeting or meaningful next step. What
Okay,
that means
okay.
though
I have to
is
point something out. I have to
98 to
point something out. Sorry.
99% of calls produce zero value.
The 98 to 99 that's part of it, but I'm gonna go back to the 1 to 2. Okay, because I want to talk about the 100% difference between 1% and 2%.
Right,
So we have to remember that that's double. They're estimating
right.
between 1% and 2%. And that means it has a 100% margin of error, which means it could be as low as 0%.
Well,
So
also,
let's make sure we put that out there.
right, so you're talking statistics, and I don't think people who make sales calls understand what statistics are because they're making cold calls for a living. But also,
They're making a cold calls.
so
Ugh,
this says 1 to 2% lead to a meaningful next step. That's not even a closed sale.
that's not a close rate.
That's not a close
Yeah,
rate.
that's not full matriculation. That is a
That's just the
next
next
step.
step. So about 1% with a essentially 100% up or down value upon that will even get you to the next step. Wow. Okay, so
Wow.
now it takes an average of 15 to 18 calls just to reach a single prospect. 15, 18 calls just to reach somebody who's even considered a prospect. That's on top of the 1 to 2% of potential calls that might lead to a next step. Are you seeing how these are exponentially getting more and more rare to even
Oh,
come
yeah.
close to closing anything?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
So,
It's that you use this line all the time. It's out of Ron Burgundy, Anchorman, about the cologne.
60% of the time it works every time.
Yeah, that's it. That's it right there.
That's it.
15% of the time it works 1% of the time.
Man. So just looking at just these few stats that we've gone over right now, I keep thinking about all of those online sales gurus who every single one of them sells courses and they sell books and they sell online things and they companies bring them in to lead these seminars about how great they can be with these cold call sales if they just follow these steps and these tactics. I'll bet you 100% they do not share these stats. They say if
Oh, is
you're
that your
just
cat feeder again?
that's the cat feeder over there, yeah. If you just
I'm
follow
like,
their tactics, you can start closing these sales and you can make $1 million a week if you just follow these steps. There's 0%
yeah,
chance
if you just sell
they share any of
$1 million
these
a
stats.
week, you too can also make $1 million a week.
Exactly. In the meantime, it's so lucrative. It's such a lucrative industry that every single one of these guys is selling courses rather than making cold calls
Rather
themselves.
than cold calling. And all of these people are using a lot of, and I don't want to dig up too much because, this is material for the book. Uh, but I'll tell you, I've done most of my research out in my garage because I can smoke cigars out there. Smoking my cigar, and I've got because I haven't been drinking alcohol. I've got my big ass glass of water, and I usually like to have a little ginger ale. And I'm just sitting there with my ginger ale, and I'm just got my cigar. I look like I'm ready to slick back my hair and sell you a used car, right? And I'm just sitting there laughing and having a good old time, like, oh my god, I'm gonna nail this motherfucker. This ass is mine. And it has been entertaining from learning about the stuff and how many people are out there that are kind of big names ish in that world. They're definitely big names, but I'm looking at the top five and I see their tactics and all their stuff. And then I start looking at their businesses and start breaking their business down.
Right.
And they really don't want you to do that because it points out a very high it points out a very high, level of, what is it when you say something, but then you do the opposite of it?
Hypocrisy?
Oh, hypocrisy.
That's the one.
Hypocrisy. It really shows out it really
The one.
illustrates the hypocrisy of what they're telling you to do. Do as I say, not as I do
Funny how that
type of
works, right?
situation. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you guys, watch what I do and
Right.
use whatever of it that you think will help you.
Right.
Because not everything I do is going to work for you. There's no, hey, follow these simple 5 steps and you too. No, it's here's 15 steps. 3 of them may be amazing for you. You can take or leave 5 or 6 more. And then the others, leave those the hell alone because they'll sink your ship because you're different than me.
Well, so the funny
Um,
thing is that every single one of these guys, these online gurus that sell these business techniques and online courses and whatnot, they always have like a hint of good advice. They're always built upon a piece of just sound,
Yeah.
good general advice. But then they stack all of this nonsense up on top of it to make them
Yeah.
sound really, really good, like a good, car salesman would do. And by the end, you have something that's completely not realistic, completely polar opposite from what you actually should be doing. I'll tell you a guy who reminds me of this, and I'm actually very disappointed in the guy because I met him a couple times. Is Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V,
Yep.
and
Yeah. Go to a yard sale, buy a bunch of stuff, and then sell it over here.
Yeah, you're gonna make $1 million a week going to yard sales. I actually loved his business advice in general because he just gave good advice. He seems very down to earth. He talks really fast, but he sounds like a used car salesman. You can kind of chalk that up to personality, whatever.
Yeah,
But
we're high strung people.
I'll tell you where I lost complete and total faith in this guy is when the NFT craze came and went. He started pushing
Yeah.
his NFTs hard.
Of course.
Hard.
It's
He
free
came out with a
money.
whole line of NFTs. I think he still pushes them. Whole line of NFTs. And this guy had to make $1 billion off these dumb NFTs just to his own fans. And he was pushing these things onto his fans. He was telling his followers to collect these things and buy as many as they could. And he would occasionally say during the sort of decline of NFTs, he would come out and say, long term, these might not be worth anything, but the education you're going to get from buying these and being part of that world is will really set you aside.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, no, come on, man. You are cashing in on your fans. And that's what all of these online gurus are doing. They're cashing in on people who don't know any better. If somebody tells you to make cold calls, laugh them out of the room. Don't leave the room, laugh them out of the room. Come back at them with these stats and say, you are 100% full of shit. There is zero excuse to make cold calls in the 21st century. Well, in the 20th century, there was no excuse. 21st century is just insane.
Yeah.
I'm very passionate about
Yeah,
this. I don't know if you noticed.
The NFTs. I'm sorry, because the NFTs is a hot button for both of us. Because you're either scamming to
Yeah.
get them, or you're laundering money. That's
and oh my gosh, laundering money.
That's what they're there for.
Dude, 3 years ago, what was it, 3 or 4 years ago, was the golden age of money laundering. When the NFT craze hit, that was the best form of money laundering. The mob had to clean up during that time. Had to.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So yeah, I just took a quick search about lawsuits under NFTs, and we had Yuga Labs versus Rips, Nike's versus StockX. I mean, there was all kinds of them, and Miramax versus Quentin Tarantino. Because he was attempting to sell NFTs based off of Pulp Fiction screenplay, which is the intellectual property rights of Miramax.
Quentin
So
do that.
Yeah, you can't do that. But there's just so many of them. And Nike sued DraftKings, which is the StockX group. And I mean, anybody who took a look at the first second of a NFT should have been like, yeah, this is a scam. I mean, I don't know that there's ever been anything that was just more blatantly scammy. Wow, man, we went off the deep end on NFTs. All right, get back over to cold calling, because otherwise we're just gonna sit here and bash NFTs for the next 30 minutes.
We could do a whole show on NFTs, and we should. I'll write that up, and we'll do that soon. Because
yeah.
But all right, so
yeah, it's good.
And there are some reasons for these low conversion rates with cold calling. So decision makers are increasingly relying on call screening and voicemails. David, I don't know if you answer your phone at all anymore. I never really have, and you know that personally. I apologize for that still.
Yeah.
But
I answer my business phone.
I screen everything. I probably receive, I'm not even joking, 10 to 15 on the low end sales calls every single day. Every single day. Literally every time I want to pick up my phone to do anything, I have to wait for this cold call to spam call to come through. I hit ignore and then I move on. But it's constant. So I have to screen everything. And if they don't leave a voicemail, I know immediately whether it says potential spam or not. It's spam. It's always spam. It's a cold caller. It's a
Yeah.
machine, and it drives me crazy.
I love them now. They really try to get AI. Right now, I get about 3 calls a day that these various people that are all around the country that are processing my loan request
Oh yeah,
for this thing here. And of course, if I answered it, they're like, "Oh, just verify your social security number and all this other stuff that you need
your bank
to
PIN number.
scam
Yeah,
me."
they need the yeah.
And I've clicked on them a couple times and hit the button one, and it's like it claims, please hold, and you know what's happening.
Right.
And they get on the phone like, "This is Daryl from Arkansas." And I'm like, "Look here, Rajesh from freaking Bangalore,"
My
and they're
name
like,
is
"Click,"
Jeff
because they're
from
like,
Cleveland.
"Dude, I've seen those videos where that guy nukes the call centers."
I love those, man. I
Like,
love
I'm
it.
not going to be the guy who did that.
Right. I
Um,
if I knew how to hack, I would 100% be that guy who would hack the cameras at the call centers. And here's the funny thing. I have said this many times, Dave. Do you know this? I will vote
yeah,
for
capital punishment.
anyone, no matter how big a despot they are. I will vote for anyone who makes unsolicited sales calls or spam calling punishable by death. And
Yep.
I don't just mean the person who made the call. I mean the person, because it's obviously done by a machine. I mean everyone who works for the company, and not just that, their families as well. I mean, wipe out entire gene pools of people associated with these companies. Make it the least
I want
desirable
him.
job.
I want his family. I want the bitch he took to the high school prom.
Make it the least desirable job in human history to be a spam caller. And because here's the thing, they can find these people. If a random, hacker can find these people, 100% we can find those people. And we can send cruise missiles to exactly those locations. I will vote for that person. Doesn't matter who they are, what their political stance are. I will vote for that person right now.
That's it. That's it. I love that, that this is a terrible way to say this. I love that there was India and Pakistan were hooting and hollering at each other. Cause I mean, really,
We may
um,
have to delete this episode
and
after it posts.
all of a sudden, a lot of the scam calls just vanished. It was quiet for a week. I'm
We
just,
may
I'm
have to
just
delete
saying they
this
were over there
episode
hooting and
after
hollering
this.
at each other.
All
I've
right.
got no problem with this. I'm just spitting facts. If they don't like it, that's their problems with facts, not me.
All right. Many sales reps spend the majority of their time leaving messages rather than never getting a return call. So they don't even leave voicemails. They just hang up if they don't receive anything. And here's something else people don't realize. Okay, when hypothetically, if you do answer your phone, you pick it up, and you say hello, and there's that short pause before it actually gets to a person. That's one of two things
Yeah.
happening. One, it's taking a short pause for the machine to say, okay, somebody picked up the phone, they said hello, and they're passing it on to a live person, or it's the AI kicking in and generating a response, because that's one of those two things that's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah. If I say hello and somebody doesn't say hello right back, click, gone. I'm out.
So one thing that I've started doing, David, is if you don't hear anything within the first 3 to 9 seconds, if the machine rather doesn't hear anything within the first 3 to 9 seconds, it'll automatically hang up, and it will typically it's supposed to put you into sort of a limbo phase of your phone number, where it can potentially delete your phone number for being inactive because it thinks it's just an answering service that's not doing anything. So what you can do is, if you do answer your phone, don't say hello. Don't say a thing. Wait for them to speak first. Because if it's a real person, they'll say, hello? And you'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
hello.
I'd like to get the tone, the old tone back in the day. It was like, do, the person you are calling cannot be reached, or the number is disconnected, or whatever it is that used to say, like if you got a
Yeah.
hold of a dead line.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put that as my voicemail now.
Right. The person you're trying to reach hates you and does not
Yeah.
want to answer the phone.
Yeah. That's it. That works. Yeah. I mean, if your name's not in my phone, and I've got friends who have more freaking contacts than I do, but I'm not slouching here. What do I got? I have 550. No, that's not it. I have 619 contacts in my phone.
A lot of contacts. Dude.
If you're not among 619 people in my phone, odds are I don't want to talk to you.
Exactly.
And even some of the people that are in there, I'm like, yeah, maybe I let it go.
Either. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, maybe I just let that slide. But yeah.
All right. So
So
buyer resistance is also rising. And this is a
it
real thing.
is, but I want to go back. I want to go
Mhm.
back. I know you're ready to move on, but I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to go back because there was another thing you said there that sellers are spending a lot of time calling and leaving voicemails. And like, what? I mean, at some point I'll leave a voicemail. I mean, it depends. Like if I'm literally on site somewhere and supposed to meet
Right.
me, I'll leave a voicemail. But if I'm doing a follow-up call, which to be fair, I'm not calling many people to begin with, they're calling me,
Yeah.
uh, because that's what I've done so I don't have to make cold calls or make many phone calls out at all. Um, Usually if I have to call somebody, they're waiting and that phone barely has time to ring. They're like, "Oh, that's him."
Yeah.
Um, j just outbound calls in general, like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Right.
So, all right, that's I just had to make a
No,
comment on that. The
it makes
outbound
sense
the
though. Back when I was in
Yeah.
office,
But
back
go ahead.
when I
Yeah.
was in an office, I would regularly receive 2 or 3 cold calls from different people who wanted to sell my company some sort of service or another. And
Yeah.
I was in the office. I was on a company line. It could have been somebody internally, externally. I couldn't see, the caller ID on it because it's a company phone. It's on my desk. It's not even
Yeah.
my cell phone. So I would answer it. And I think that's where a lot of these sales calls are still happening too. They're calling
Yeah.
these people in these corporations where it's a company phone. It's not like they don't have caller ID like you do on your cell phone.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different world also. But they would leave voicemail there because it's a corporate line. So I think there's also that delineation as well that I didn't really pull out in these stats, but I think that's happening.
Yeah. All right. All right. Moving on there. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to drag you backwards, but there was
No,
that
yeah.
point about outbound calls. I just wanted to like it because they're talking about leaving voicemails. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be doing that. Treat yourself better. You're better than
Well,
that.
so this agenda was actually much longer, and I know how long it takes us to get through a simple agenda. So I actually broke it up into 2 different parts. So next week I was planning on doing how to warm leads, the alternative to cold calling, how to warm leads
Okay.
and actually build those relationships before you reach out. Um, so that kind of builds on what you're saying too. You shouldn't be leaving cold voicemails, let alone a cold call.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Cold calls, cold voice. The top 5 ways to eat shit. Eat dog shit. Top
that's
5
it.
ways to eat dog shit.
I
Look
will
for it.
buy
It'll be
that
on the
book too.
shelves by the end of the year.
I want an autographed copy.
Be on the shelves.
All right.
You will get an
Um,
autographed copy.
Buyer resistance is also rising. Over 80% of buyers say they prefer not to uh, be contacted via cold call. I would say that number is very low. It's got to be higher than 80%.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
Nobody wants a cold call.
Yeah.
Unless you're like a 90-year-old, very lonely person who just wants to talk to anyone, nobody ever wants a cold call. And even then,
Yeah. Yeah. There's OnlyFans, man. You don't have to. You can have company.
exactly. Most B2B buyers complete 60 to 70% of their research before ever speaking to a salesperson. And that's a growing thing. If people have a need in their life, typically they know it. Usually they know it. And they've done a little bit of
Yeah.
research on what they want. And they've done the research before they've ever spoken to a salesperson. So if you're making a cold call, first of all, you're probably selling something the person doesn't really need in the first place. So you have an uphill battle to begin with. But also, if it is something they need, they probably already kind of know what they need. Unless you can answer their problem directly and immediately, they've already made up their mind whether they want you or not.
If I know I need something, let's say, okay, I've got a pool. I know that I'm going to have to open that pool here. It probably this weekend. I'll probably open the pool this weekend
Mhm.
in the pouring freaking rain, but I don't want a swamp. I don't want it to get too warm up here because then it'll
Right.
just turn into a swamp, and I don't want that. So I'll probably go ahead and open the pool this
Mhm.
weekend. I know I'm going to need chemicals. I know I'm going to need this, that, and the other, a couple little things, and I'm gonna have to spend a couple $100 just out there doing normal pool stuff because that's what pools are. That's where you'd go and you'd throw money away.
Right.
So yeah, I'm going to go out there and do the pool thing this weekend, and I know I'm going to need stuff. But if somebody cold calls me, "Hey, Dave, I can get a couple minutes of your time. I want to talk to you. Do you have a pool? Yeah, oh, I have a pool. Can I get a couple?" First of all, you're not even getting that far with me. Talk to you about your pool maintenance. I'm like, they could have just got a number, gotten an address, taken a look at Google Maps, seen I had a pool. I mean, so yeah, or they could have bought
Boughton. They could have
that
bought.
West Virginia, that West Virginian's coming out at me again. Oh, sorry. They could have purchased or bought a list of people who had pool permits from the city or the
Right.
county or so on and so, or the pool people themselves. They could have bought a
Yeah.
customer list. Anyway, they could have got it, and they could have gotten it.
They could have bought it.
throwback there.
They could have bought it.
They could have bought it. They could have bought it, and they could be calling me. But Stan's pool company that just cold called me, let's just call them a clear pool company, because everybody loves a nice clear pool, right? So clear pool company calls me. I'm never doing business with clear pool company again.
Right.
Even if I did no.
Yeah.
You do not call me.
Right.
Do not call me. My time is valuable. Ask the state of Ohio's taxation department. My time is very valuable to me. If you're going to take my time, you better pay me for my time. I'm not paying you to take up my time. Are you out of your freaking mind?
Exactly.
No. So yeah, that's that. You were just talking about that, hey, I would love to see the numbers on the people that are now completely shut off. Company XYZ calls me, I'm out.
I'll never do business
don't
again
call me.
because they bugged me.
I'll never
You bugged me once, I hate you. Yeah, it's a real thing.
It seems over dramatic, but I think it's an appropriate response for a cold call.
It is. People, and because here's the thing. I'm spiteful. I know I'm more spiteful than most people, but people are generally they remember stuff like that. This leads into the next bullet point, which is the negative brand perception that comes from cold calling. Yeah. Unsolicited calls are frequently seen as interruptions rather than value. Poorly timed or irrelevant outreach can damage the trust before a relationship ever begins, and that's a big part of it. That people don't remember, and this is just human nature. People do not remember the good things that you have done for them, but they will remember every single bad thing they possibly can. It's just the way our brains are built. We're built to remember danger. We're built to remember bad associations with our environment. When you have that bad first impression, people remember it. Now, there are some people who will go out of their way to work with good companies that they appreciate, and they will remember it. But in general, people are less likely to leave good reviews, even if they had a great experience, because it's just, they had a great experience, but they're going to move on with their lives. They're ready to move on. 100% of the time, they will leave a bad review if they had a bad experience. It's just human nature. So that bad first experience, people are going to remember it. And if your first experience is a cold call where you're bugging someone, they're going to remember it.
Yeah. So I went to a restaurant that when it opened up here, it was just absolute trash, absolute garbage. I'm not going to say the name of it, and for reasons I'm going to explain here in a moment. Just absolute trash. The place was it was absolutely terrible. I waited. It was well over an hour to get a bottle of water to my table.
An hour? You waited for an hour in a restaurant?
Well over an hour. Now, the wife and the kids, they all wanted to be there. They all wanted to do the thing. It was a new spot, and it was just absolute trash. The food's trash. The whole place. I'll never darken his door again.
An hour. I wouldn't wait that long.
But
I'd have been gone.
Yeah. Well, I was ready to leave. I decided I didn't want anything except the water. I wouldn't trust anything that didn't come out sealed in this place. So they had to run to a different store because they ran out of bottles of water, and they had to buy regular bottles of water and just bring me a bottle of water. Anyway, but I was on the phone here, and I travel a lot, and I go to a lot of places, and Google knows that. And I was scrolling through, and I just left a review for a place I was in Texas or Kansas City or was Nashville. I think it was actually Nashville, one of those places. And it's like, oh, hey, you were here. Tell people what you like. And I just hit 1 star, send, move on.
Mm-hmm.
Because it asked me about that place. I'm like, oh, 1 star, done, out. The owner reaches me through LinkedIn,
He found
through
you.
my LinkedIn.
He went through the trouble of
What's your
finding you on
problem?
LinkedIn because you left a 1-star review.
Yeah. So he goes, what's your problem? And he put some lies in there. So I just reported him through and his whole account as harassment through LinkedIn. And hopefully he's now banned on LinkedIn.
He wanted to say, "What's your
Don't come after
problem?
me.
What's your?"
Yeah.
It
Don't
took me
come
an
after
hour.
me.
Did you even reply back? Like, it took me an hour to get a water.
No. No, I didn't reply. I didn't say a single word. I put my reply in the Facebook post about how trashy and how terrible it
I
was.
would have put a reply
Um,
on the Facebook post to say, "This guy found me on LinkedIn to say, what's your problem?"
yeah. So
I would have
no,
added
I
that.
just rather this well, there's a lot more. I'd rather it just be them be gone.
Oof.
I don't want to give them any kind of any bad publicities, any publicity is good publicity, even bad publicity
Sure.
is good publicity, right?
So, without saying the name of
Because
the restaurant, what style of
while
food was it?
it's just crappy food. Just moving on with that. But and I wouldn't want to engage because by engaging, I can energize their base and give them a boost. I don't want to
Sure.
do that. I want to see their whole business fold in and them become homeless and
And
beg
with
on the
that
street
quality of
until they
service,
die
it
in the
totally
cold.
will. Yeah. With that quality of service,
So
it totally
yeah,
will.
yeah. So yeah, don't hunt me down. Don't try to hunt me down because I'm you hold a grudge, but I'm far more vicious.
See, David, you are actually
Far more
nicer about it
vicious.
than I would have been because,
Yeah.
we're really good at online stalking and doing things online.
Yes. Yeah,
We're very
and,
good.
I can make AI images of bro doing all kinds of things with goats and dogs and chickens and, I don't know, a brick or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty talented
All right.
at making goofy, stupid little videos and stuff that, it'd be hard to tell whether they're real or not and just mailing them out. I don't know.
Oh. All right, let's
But,
move on before we get in trouble.
anyway
All right, so negative
anyway,
brand
don't try
perception
to
is
hunt
what we're
me down
saying.
on LinkedIn.
Negative brand perception.
Yes, and that's what triggered it. Since this guy, I mean, 1 star, I didn't like it, moved on. I didn't write anything in the body, moved on. I had a negative brand perception of that, and all this guy did was ex amplified that negative brand perception.
That's it.
Go away.
That's it. And I don't know what he
Ugh,
thought he was going to accomplish by trying to find you. That's the
uh,
weird thing.
yeah. He was trying to entice me into something that he could use, and I'm
Right.
sorry, not
I'm
gonna
sure.
happen. I'm much smarter than you are.
So there are
There's
better
probably documentation to prove that.
I'm sure. So there are better
Uh,
alternatives than cold calling. There's no
yeah, cold calling.
reason
What are we talking about?
to have
Cold
a
calling.
cold contact. So there are alternatives. So next
Yeah,
week, so here, or I'm going to list
next
a
week.
few right now, but next week we're actually going to go over how to warm a lead. So there never ever has to be a cold calling
No.
effort. So there's some better alternatives. One is inbound marketing, right? This brings prospects in when they're already interested. These are marketing tactics that you can use to get potential customers to reach out to you. And that's my
Yeah,
specialty. That's my bread and butter and has been for a long time is building up a brand's perception within potential customers' minds. So when they're ready to make that purchasing decision, they come to you. You don't have to reach them. That's the best thing about inbound marketing is it's their decision. They found you specifically. Now, you can also supplement those inbound marketing with other outbound tactics. But if you want to have a really good brand, you need that inbound marketing. You need people to come to you because you're the authority,
yep,
and you should be if you're good at what you do.
agreed. Inbound's the best way, and creating a high demand for that, so that not everybody necessarily has easy or simple access to you.
That's it.
Um, it's to get to me. It's I don't mean through LinkedIn because it's LinkedIn. It's not real world. Um, but to get me to get me like even on a phone sometimes. I mean, you got to go through a couple people before you get to me.
Right.
Um, unless you happen to really know who I am or know me and I've met you and but you've already been through those couple of people. You've already been through that process. Um, to get me face to face, it's
It's
high
very
demand.
difficult.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's tough. Sometimes it's really hard. Like Wes will be like, "Hey, Davey, you want to come over and do a show or go do this or that?" I'm like, "Well, how does your June or July look?" "Oh, crap!" And I'll call him the next day and be like, "Well, hey, those 4 weeks that we just discussed, those are gone.
Right.
We've got to go further out." So I mean,
Yeah, we were
it
supposed
takes
to
a
be in
while.
Wheeling today, and stuff happens. So yeah.
Yeah, supposed to be in Wheeling today. I wish we'd have made it though. Um, had I known how everything was going to play out, I probably would have just been like, bully, let's go do it anyway." But we'll see. We'll get him back on. We'll get him back on the schedule, and we'll just absolutely make it happen. I have been to hopefully West's utmost happiness, far more aggressive with my calendar for blanking off day staying home weeks. So I've
It's
got weeks
you.
that are planned.
I specifically remember you saying when you moved to New York, and a couple of times thereafter, you saying, "All right, all my
Yeah.
travel's done. No more traveling. I'm
Yep.
done." And then guess what?
Well, it's done until the next group of traveling.
It's done
It's
until the
it's
following. You
segmented.
have 12 more
It's
trips.
yeah, it's brutal. It's brutal. Absolutely brutal. So, yeah, that's good. So, what are the okay? So we talked about outbound.
In
And
so inbound
we're going
marketing.
to talk about them in depth, or yeah, the inbound marketing. We're going to talk about these in depth next week. But let's go over to top five real quick,
It's sort of high level. So
or
there's a
the
couple
five.
more. So there's
Yeah,
content marketing, which is what every brand should be doing, and Flashpoint Safety
I
Systems is
love
no different. We're
content
going to start
marketing.
creating a lot more content as well, um, which is building trust with your potential customers before you ever reach them, before they ever try and reach you. Content marketing can be social media. It can be blog posts. It can become it can be a building your brand as a subject matter expert. For instance, Flashpoint Safety Systems. We actually started the Flashpoint Journal of Battery Safety. You can see that by going to journal.flashpointsafety.com, and that is basically sort of a news site where we talk about different, battery related um, fires and technology and breakthroughs and safety standards in the battery world. So the Flashpoint Journal of Battery Safety is a great place to learn about not just Flashpoint, but the battery safety world in general. And it's a growing concern. So your brand can do exactly the same thing through content marketing. It doesn't have to just have to be Instagram posts, Facebook posts. It can be a blog. It can be a news website. It can be video content. In fact, is king. That's the best, in my opinion. But content marketing is one way that
Where
you
would you
build
where
that
would you rank
credibility.
a newsletter that
It's
gets
up there.
sent
If
to
you
the
have a
people?
newsletter, if you have a healthy email list, it is definitely up there. Now, building the email list is a whole different show altogether. There are people who build their whole careers on just explaining how to build a healthy email list, and that is also my bread and butter. Boy, I love the email world. That's in fact on this list later on the list. But
Okay.
a newsletter is really highly valuable because when people
Okay.
invite you into their inbox, it's an invitation into their realm. People are really protective of their inbox, and if they don't know who you are, they will immediately delete you and block you, or just send you right to spam, which is just as bad. Um, but a healthy email list, a newsletter can be gold, gold. Why do you ask?
Well, because we've used a newsletter, and the vast majority of our people are like, I don't read that. I don't read that. I just delete it, or I ignore it, or it goes to
And that
spam, or
happens too.
they just click, 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 click. Back in the day, now, what I got away from is basically I took that newsletter and I converted it into a video podcast
Hmm.
that I did weekly. So the content didn't change a whole lot from week to week to week, but it allowed people to have it was a silent, keep your comments to yourself kind of thing. If you have questions, you can email me direct and I will reply back to you direct,
Yeah.
but it's a one-way communication. Kind of like what we do here, not quite, because we actually do take questions in and out. But I did that, and the results of that, or the feedback from
Mhm.
that, was that's how you do it. That's how
Right.
you do it.
Yeah.
And I had people from, and this is not 1 ounce of a lie, and I'm gonna give an example,
Yeah.
around the globe who knew about my weekly podcast. I had to go to, I was in a meeting in Atlanta, Georgia, and we had people from Mexico, which at the time I didn't know it, but I was going to end up working for him. He's my direct boss now, and a guy from Australia. And there was
Yeah.
another person, and I can't, Switzerland, I think. And these people are all in the room, and I'm sitting there talking with them, and just doing what I normally do. We're talking about a specific problem we were having about an upcoming changing codes and requirements and whatnot. So we're all just having this discussion, and somebody comes in, and uh, like the boss of all these people, and a couple levels up, my guys, he's my boss as well. And we're all shaking the hands, and I shook the hand with a guy from Australia. And oh yeah, hi, I'm David Leffingwell, because I mean we big company. I don't know, you don't know everybody.
Right.
You can't. So I shake you, say, oh, you're the guy with the podcast, and everybody's like, oh, you're the guy with the podcast. Oh, you're the guy. I'm like, holy crap! How do these people know about this? And it was because there was such a good feedback of that style of
Sure.
communication over a newsletter, and I just wanted your opinion on how that would work, and should people think about, and maybe this is a better conversation for next week, and if we want to hold to that, to hold this question over, but should they think of a newsletter, and then let that newsletter be the script of a forward-facing live or recorded video podcast style
Oh,
um,
100%. So
newsletter?
so yeah, I
Right?
mean, obviously number 1 as far as content marketing is gonna be videos and live and, live streams. Um,
Mhm.
because that association with you, with that brand, with that information, is worth its weight in gold. It is absolutely the best thing you can do to build that association with you, the brand, and the product, that you're essentially trying to push at the end of the day. Um, so that is 100% true. As far as the email newsletter that sort of builds off of that and is essentially the script for the video, that is, you
Mhm.
are 100% on target. That is right where you want to be, because not everybody's going to watch the live stream. Not everybody is going to sit there and watch this thing for an hour, even if they're interested in what you're talking about. They're not everybody has the time, but
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
will have the time to see the newsletter and scan that, get the information they need, and there will be
Yeah.
crossover between the newsletter and the video viewers,
Mhm.
and that is the world that you want to cultivate and sort of nurture. So
Yeah.
that is right on target. That is great. Now we do a
So you're
whole
saying
series
you
of
could
shows.
use that, to feed engagement on both sides, so to have a more engaged customer, as a customer that's going to spend more dollars with you?
Absolutely, it's not just about winning new customers. It's about maintaining
Oh,
existing customers,
yes.
nurturing.
Thank you.
Or are you thinking me? I don't know. Is this?
No, thank you. I loved it.
Yeah,
that was a long play for me to get to that nurturing and feeding, basically from one to the other, and creating customer engagement.
yeah,
And a more engaged customer is, well, that's a raving fan there, or 1,000 true fans, and
right.
that's what we're after. So
So
it was a
engaging,
long play for me to get to that.
but you're right. Engaging fans and nurturing fans. So is something when you get into the marketing world, you hear the word nurture a lot, and that's what that is sort of building that relationship. So I've always been of the belief that marketing is its own thing, separate from sales, separate from advertising, because it's about building that relationship, that dialogue.
Mhm,
Whereas where advertising is a monologue, you're telling people what you want them to know. Marketing is a dialogue. They give you feedback, you give them feedback. It's a two-way. Marketing done right is a two-way communication, and
mhm.
nurturing those customers and potential customers is how you build lifelong fans, raving
I'm
fans,
excited for
people who
next
come
week.
back to
I'm
you
excited for
every
next
week.
week's gonna be a great week, great show.
It's going to be a good show. And that was really the
Here's what we
second
need to
half
do.
of this
All
whole
right, we need
thing.
to make a promise. We make because it's 10:55 already, so we're pushing up the 2 hour mark here right now.
Yeah.
We need to make a promise next week. In drinks 1 to 2 articles of news into the topic by it within a half hour of the show open.
Because you had a lot to say about next
So,
week's show, don't you?
so I'm just I think if there's a time to watch, if you want to grow your business, if you want to get better at something, if there was one to watch, it's all of them, all 302, I believe now.
Yeah,
Uh,
302.
but some of them are not going to be as beneficial as others. Uh, some of them
Oh,
we were like, you know what? We're literally just one of them was just a Harry Potter trivia night.
we're
So
literally just
you
phoning it
take
in.
that for you know, um, yeah. So, but next week's really going to give anybody who's trying to build a business or brand yourself or any of these, it can give you a lot of tips and tools to be able to go from where you are today, even if you're established, and
Mhm.
just be that much better and that much further along. So next week's show is very exciting because we're going to be able to get into that. And I want to our opening dialogue, which is great, and sometimes can take, back in the day when we were only like, hey, we're going to make the show about an hour long. Uh, and then we discovered that, holy crap,
It
we
takes an
can
hour to
do an
say hello.
opening dialogue to say hello. We can be on the different. So next week, I want to be into the topic in the first half hour. I'm not saying it has to be at 9:30. Actually next week, Thursday, we're going to have to do Wednesday of next week. Is that okay with you?
We can do it.
All right. So it's Wednesday. I'm saying before 9:30. Yeah, before 9:30, we want to be into the topic because it's going to be good. And I want to work with you more this week than I normally do because you do all the work and I just show up and look awesome and spit mad game.
Well, they really
Um,
come for you, David.
yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you? Oh yeah. There we go. Now my eyebrows are
Yeah,
in my.
next week is gonna be a great show. You're right. It's gonna be a good
It's gonna
one.
be a great show. It's gonna be a good one. So yeah, that's gonna be a good one.
All
So
right.
did you move on from beers or I need an update. What are you on for beer?
So I've only had a couple of these. I've had so I started with the Russian Imperial Stout. I
I
can't
can't
feel
feel
my
my pants.
pants.
Yes.
I can't feel my pants,
I can't feel my pants.
which is a great name for a Russian stout. Then I moved on
Yep.
to keeping with the pants theme, Snow Pants,
Snow pants like can't feel my pants.
and then I moved to Roosevelt, which is a coffee stout. So I just wrapped that up,
Oh, okay.
and I'm going to stop at 3 stouts. Not that that's a lot of beer, but each one is about 9 ABV of about 9. So
Yeah.
uh,
And about 700 calories a can.
oh, at least. So I might as well have just had that whole McDonald's meal that's at least 20% human DNA, in addition to the Red Bull.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So yeah, that'd be a good one. I don't know, man. My stomach would be like, oh,
it's a lot of stout.
I
That's again,
can't
each one
go
of those
that
cans is a whole
far.
meal in one can.
Yeah.
It's delicious, but boy, they're heavy. But
Yeah.
David, it has been a fun show, man. You're right. Next week is gonna be
It has
really good.
been. I'm excited. Next week's gonna be really fun. Next
And if
week's
you're
gonna be
making cold calls, if you're
303.
watching this, next week is 303. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, next week will be 303. So yeah, if you're watching this and you're making cold calls, you're gonna be excited for multiple reasons. Number one,
Right.
next week we're gonna teach you a lot of tips to stop doing that. And number two is here in the next handful of months, you're gonna be able to read an excellent book titled The Top 5 Ways to Eat Dog Shit. That is all based upon kind of what we're going to be talking about this week and next week.
Well, you also need, so you have your title,
So
which is
yeah,
the top 5 ways to eat dog shit. You need a subtitle as well, which should be like,
it's a scathing indictment on cold calling.
there you go. Okay, so people just don't look at the cover and they're like, I don't know, I wasn't eating dog shit in the first place.
Wait, does this go in the
Wait, I shouldn't eat
cookbook
dog shit?
section or the?
But
I found this in the business section, but I think it's supposed to be in the cookbook section.
wait, is this in the pet section? What's happening right now? Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
I will absolutely buy that book. That's gonna be a good book.
Yep.
Um,
So the tagline under the subtitle line on it's not fixed in stone, but the main title of the book is that is set in stone. That is what it's going to be called.
Good.
Top 5 ways to eat dog shit. and a scathing indictment on cold calls.
Nice.
It may change that tagline, that subline may change, but it will be something along those lines, because this is not a soft book where it's like, oh, well, you can use some of this and some of this. It's like these people who are selling you this are scam artists, and I'm going to break down why. And this is
Right.
bull crap because there is no reason at all for anybody to be freaking cold calling. I mean, it's a hardline book, and I think it's gonna be good.
All right. So
I
here's
want
what
to
we're
read
gonna
it.
do,
I'm gonna be
David.
like, man, this guy was a genius.
You got to write this book. When you write this book and it's published and people can buy it, here's what I want to do. I want to arrange an online live debate between you and one of these online gurus who's selling his cold calling course.
Yes,
And I want to see
yes,
you versus one. I'll get Cocaine Man on here, and you versus
that'd be
Cocaine
great.
Man. It's going to be
That'd
good.
be great. That'd be good. So, in order to reach him, we'll have to cold call him.
We should cold call the cold callers. Like, oh
Yeah,
man, I followed your
just
techniques.
no. Like, hey, do you just got 5 minutes to talk to me here? And when they hang up, be like, oh, I'm so glad I recorded that.
Right. That is awesome. Dude. Yeah, we're gonna make it
Just
happen.
use,
It's gonna be fun.
find some of their tips online, use it as the opening, and then when they hang up, be like, that was gold. And then
Right.
pretend like we're trying to buy their course and say, hey, we'd like to have you on the show, and then highlight that and just make them look like a fool because they are hypocrites.
We're gonna make it happen.
Anyway, I've been David. He's been West. It's now 11:01. You guys have had your fill of the underdog journey this week. Yeah, that was 2 hours, man. That went pretty quick.
That was a
I
fun
feel like
show.
we just sat down and got started.
Because we did like 3 weeks of just looking at random videos online and having fun with that. So this is back to our normal thing. So
This is close. This is close to normal.
all right.
And
But
I like the fact that we're kind of back to business. There for a while, we kind of slipped away from it. And we got a little
did.
further away from our core, and now we're back. We're back
Okay,
doing what we
we got
do.
some
I
good
love it.
stuff we're
It's
working
good
on.
stuff.
All right. So David,
Good
it's been
stuff.
fun. Everybody else, we will
Yep.
see you guys next Wednesday at 9 p.m. I
Wednesday,
assume, David?
9 p.m. Yep, 9
All
p.m.
right.
is fine.
We will see you guys then.